What's up, everybody? Welcome in, and thanks for stopping in to check out another DC Multiverse video. This one will be over Ghostmaker. He is a McFarlane Toys action figure with 22 moving parts. Standard window box. We can see the action figure on the inside. It looks like he has two katanas, a card in the back, and then a figure stand at the bottom. I'm really liking his boots. As we turn around to the side here, it says Ghostmaker, DC Future State. And then on the back of the box, we've got a really cool picture of the action figure. I think they did a really good job. I love the black and the white. It looks like he's going to be able to sheath his swords here over his shoulder, so I like that too. I was wondering how they were going to do that. So let's go ahead and just get this guy pulled out of the box. There's not too much to look at here on the outside, so let's just go ahead and rip him out. Alright, so here he is, stood up on his own. Definitely seems like he's going to need his figure stand to help him stand up a little easier and to pose in a little different positions. He was kind of hard to stand without that. And he is kind of wonky as far as he just has a lot of stuff hanging off of him that could be causing him to throw the weight in different directions. He's standing like this for me right now. Let's get his head tipped back a little bit. We'll go over the articulation in just a minute. I'm going to go ahead and pull out his figure stand and his accessories so we can take a closer look at that stuff. Alright, so he comes with two katanas, and as you can see, they are painted kind of a metallic silver here on the blades, and then the handles are a darker gray, almost black color. And you can see that one is just slightly longer than the other. I'm not sure if this type of katana has a specific name. I'm sure it does, but I just wanted to do a quick look at those to show you that one is just a hair longer than the other. One has a slightly bit more of a curved blade, but both look really cool. And I would imagine that he probably goes long sword in his strong hand, short sword in his weak hand. So we're gonna get him posed up actually with the figure stand because we didn't get to that yet. I got everything pulled out of the package and wanted to go ahead and take a look at this card before we got too deep into it. Again, it's got that really cool picture of Ghostmaker on the front of the card. I'll try to zoom in on the back of it as good as I can so you can read it. It says, real name unknown. Bruce Wayne, while training to become Batman, befriended another student on the path toward justice, the man who would become Ghostmaker. A master in all forms of hand-to-hand combat, the sword-wielding vigilante has a different, deadly approach to justice, which often puts him at odds with Batman. Much like the Dark Knight, Ghostmaker has an array of fabulous weapons and vehicles, and he will always strive to prove to Batman that his approach to justice is superior. So that sounds really cool. Interesting little bio we've got for Ghostmaker there. These little plastic sleeves, you can pick these up at Walmart, Target, anywhere comic books or cards are sold. And I think these are really great to put your cards in. It keeps them from getting the dog-eared corners, creases, or spills, anything like that. It just does a really good job protecting them. If you don't care about your card, go ahead and pitch it, but I'm getting a nice little stack of these, and I like to keep mine in good shape. So here we've got him all posed up on his figure stand, actually in like a combat stance. I feel like this looks really cool. I was wondering how the articulation was going to go down here in the knees. And don't worry, we'll go over all that, but I just want you to know that it is there, which is super awesome. I was a little bit concerned, I guess, with how they were going to do that, but the way that they worked it out actually works really well. And again, I'm really impressed with this character. I love the black and white scheme whenever they do that on anything. I know it's Stormtrooper-ish, but it just looks awesome. The scheme of colors and the way that they just put this stuff together, it's amazing. I don't know, I'm fully excited about this character. So as we spin him around, I'm going to go ahead and spin him around just so you can get a few different angles. You can see that he has a nice cape on. It is not a soft goods cape as we're used to with these McFarlane guys. It is a like molded rubber. The texture is awesome. Everything is like fully texturized, from the cape, the sleeves, the pants, the metallic stuff here. It looks like it's got some rivets, dents, maybe a little battle damage scuffs on it. The shoes, I think, are sweet. I really like those. And then the body armor harness thing here in the middle also looks really cool. So it's kind of like ninja samurai future, just awesomeness. And I'm here for this all day long. I'm going to go ahead and pull him off the figure stand, and we are going to get a look at his articulation. All right, so articulation wise, he can look to the left, he can look to the right. His head will actually spin all the way around, even with this collar. It slips right by. Seems to work out really nice. As far as looking up, he can look up about that far, and as far as looking down, he can look all the way down to the floor. So nothing new there. Pretty much what we expect from these figures. All the articulation's probably going to be what we expect. There's just going to be little things like we got this little rubber piece of armor on the side, so it kind of hinders his arm from going up all the way. You can see it creases a little bit there, but once you get him posed, you can fix it and you can kind of maneuver it how you want. His arm will spin all the way around. We have a bicep cut right here, so you can swivel the bicep. As far as the elbow, it does seem to have it looks like we do have a double jointed elbow. The other pin's just up under that glove. The wrist can rotate 360 degrees, and does this one flex in or out? No, it looks like this one just rotates. We don't have a separate, oh yeah, we do, look at that. The little sleeve collar there was covering up. So it does hinge, so you can bend it forward, you can bend it back out. It actually just broke right off. See that, guys? So fortunately, we're going to be able to slide this back on, and his collar is going to probably hold it in place there, but I definitely wasn't expecting his hand to just snap off like that. We're going to have to cut off camera so I can get this hand back on there. So give me just a second to do that. Now he's looking like he's got his hand chopped off. His figure stand's not even wanting to hold him up at this point. Everything's falling apart. Look at that. Look at that. Even on the figure stand. Pointed all the way to the back. All right, we're going to fix this hand real quick. This is really unfortunate. Hopefully this is not too big of a problem and we can get it slid back on there. I'll let you know in just a second. All right, so as you can see, the hand did pop right back into place. We've got the articulation back. It's just you have to be careful because it will pop off, just because this sleeve causes it to angle a little bit different when you go twisting on it, and it just popped out of place, but it did pop right back in. Let's take a look up here. So it looks like he does have a diaphragm cut up here in the top, so he can rock left and right. He can go forward a little bit, but not very much, and he can go back pretty far. Got a pretty good bend there to go backwards. As far as his waist, he does have a completely separate waist, so that will spin all the way around. He does have those standard McFarlane joints, allowing him to do a complete horizontal split. Let's pull the stand back off. It looks like we have no thigh cut here, but that's just going to mess up the pants, so I'm okay with that. And then here you can see the big hinge, the joint, the plug, the pin for the knee. So he does have a single jointed knee, which does allow him to get just enough bend in there to pose him up pretty cool, as you guys saw how I had him posed in the beginning of the video, or when he had the two swords. So it can actually pose around there pretty good, or bend around there pretty good. It's not quite a 90-degree angle, but it's pretty good for as thick as these pads are all on his knees and stuff. Can't do too much complaining. There he actually stood up by himself. When we spin him around to the back, if you lift up his cape here, you can see the scabbards or sheaths for the swords. We'll just go ahead and plug those in. It looks like the shorter one goes on to the top, and the longer one's going to go in the bottom. And the bottom one slid in a lot better than the top one did. They're hollow. They're hollow sheaths, but that's okay because you can't see any of that with the cape on there. And so there he is, Ghostmaker. Other than, I guess, my only complaint with Ghostmaker, and it's not even going to be that his hand fell off because that was such an easy fix, but it's the ability to get him to stand is very hard. Even with the figure stand, he was off center a bit. Now he's going to do it for me, but as you can see, he's kind of leaning to the left. So you just have to play around with him to get him how you want, and hopefully your figure stand will help hold him up. Let's go ahead and just slap it back on there. Hopefully, yeah, your figure stand will hold him up just like that. Now, there are times that I pop it on there and it looks like he just stands straight up. Sometimes I just set him down and he stands up. But he's easy to tip. Don't be fooled by if you set him down and he stands up, because the slightest little bump to your table or your display and he's going to fall over. I do recommend plugging the stand into his foot. For this character, it definitely helps. All right, so now the final thoughts are he's awesome. I recommend picking him up. I understand action figures are individual. As you can see here, I have an array of different ones. I just appreciate action figures, the art, the detail, the sculpts, all of the molds and everything that it took to get this guy right here where he is. Even the small amount of complaining that we did, I mean, compared to the stuff that I had growing up as a child, this just blows it out of the water. The things that they're able to do as far as likenesses and things that they can capture or create through sculpting, different textures and stuff, it's amazing, and I'm here for it all day, guys. Go ahead and let me know down in the comments what you think of Ghostmaker. This is a pretty cool character in my opinion. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn your notifications on so you catch all the upcoming stuff, and your stream will be, you know, kind of having my content show up in it every now and then so you can check out the rest of the videos. We do have playlists set up, and so you can check out different stuff if you want to look at the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle playlist, the DC, the Motu. We have a wrestling playlist, so there's all kinds of cool stuff on the channel. There's got to be something for everybody because I like all types of toys. So again, you guys have a blessed day, and I'll catch you in the next one.